Breaking Israeli news. Rabbi, Messiah began on Sunday, will appear on Purim, and will finish with Israeli elections. Article published January 22nd, 2019. Indeed, my God does nothing without having revealed his purpose to his servants, the Nevi'im. Amos 3:7. Rabbi Chaim Kanevsky, one of the most prominent rabbis of this generation, made a shocking statement claiming that the Messiah will precede the upcoming Israeli elections. Several rabbis noted that the writing is on the wall and that the signs that the process leading up to the Messiah has already begun for those who have eyes to see it. Rabbi Yekutiel Fish, an expert in Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, gave a lesson this week in which he discussed how the Messiah was imminent. Rabbi Fish cited Rabbi Chaim Kanevsky, one of the most prominent Haredi ultra-Orthodox rabbis of this generation, who began foretelling the arrival of the Messiah just a few years ago. It is written that in the days leading up to the Messiah, tzaddikim, righteous men, will begin to announce his arrival. But some people, those who have not prepared for his arrival, will laugh at the righteous and the learned, Rabbi Fish said, warning that it is forbidden to mock the righteous. Fish emphasized that Kanevsky was especially suited for presaging the arrival of the Messiah. Not only is Rabbi Kanevsky one of the most learned and righteous Jews alive today, there is another indication of his connection to the Mashiach, Messiah. Rabbi Kanevsky's full given name is Shmarahuyu Yosef Chaim Ben, the son of Miriam. Rabbi Fish noted that first letters of each of Rabbi Kanevsky's Hebrew names can be rearranged to spell Moshiach. Rabbi Fish related a story that is just now being told within Haredi circles in Israel. A young Torah scholar from outside of Israel was hosted for the Sabbath a few weeks ago at the house of a follower of Rabbi Kanevsky. The young man visited Kanevsky during the Sabbath. He asked the rabbi if he should apply for Israeli citizenship in order to vote for the Haredi party in the Israeli elections being held on April 9th. There is no need, Rabbi Kanevsky answered. The Messiah will already be here before the elections. The young man was unsure that he had heard the rabbi correctly, so after he departed from the house, he asked Kanevsky's grandson, a venerated rabbi in his own right, to confirm the answer. The grandson entered the rabbi's chamber and asked again, should the young man apply for citizenship before the elections? Rabbi Kanevsky responded, I already told him that there is no need. The Messiah will be here before the elections. Rabbi Fish emphasized the need for Rabbi Kanevsky to make such statements. People need to act in practical manners to prepare for the Messiah, not just speak about it. Rabbi Fish told Breaking Israel News. Rabbi Kanevsky is calling for all religious Jews and all Jews in general to come together to show unity, not just for the Israeli elections or national interests. Our ultimate goal as a nation is to bring the Messiah, and we need to be united to actually love one another to do this. Rabbi Pinchas Winston, an expert on Jewish sources concerning the Messiah, normally eschews predictions of the Messiah's arrival based on a precise date, but notes that such a statement made by a scholar and righteous Jew of Rabbi Kanevsky's stature needed to be related to in a different manner. You should know that Jews who live in a Messiah awareness take these predictions seriously, Rabbi Winston told Breaking Israel News, "People who haven't been trained properly to see this can't see it. They won't see it even when it is happening in front of our eyes." Winston noted that the paradigm for this ability to see the redemption was implicit in the story of the Exodus from Egypt. Moses was walking around for 79 years, and when he revealed himself, so many people, Jews and Egyptians, were surprised. Winston noted that many people cannot see the beginnings of the Messiah as they are actually appearing because they have been taught that redemption has never happened. The modern state of Israel is the second time the Jews have come back to Israel, Rabbi Winston noted. There have already been 2 Jewish temples in Jerusalem. People who are not educated or living in a Messiah context don't relate to this, so they can't see it as a possibility even while it is happening. Rabbi Winston applied this concept to modern history. The Holocaust never happened until it did, Rabbi Winston said. So the Jews were surprised by it even though it was building up for years. Today, people learn about the Holocaust as if it could never happen again, and so even after the synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh and the election of openly anti-Semitic politicians, they insist it cannot happen again. God can be speaking right at you, saying the Messiah is right in front of you, but if you refuse to hear, you won't, Winston explained. Rabbi Fish agreed, emphasizing that prophetic predictions could materialize while going unnoticed. 8 days ago, Rabbi Fish predicted that the blood moon lunar eclipse that passed over the continental U.S. on Sunday would be a significant omen, even more so because it coincided with the Jewish holiday of Tu B'Shvat. In fact, an unprecedented daylight airstrike by the Israeli Air Force against Iranian military targets in southern Syria on Sunday led to an intensification of the conflict. An Iranian general declared that his forces were prepared to destroy Israel, and the Israeli intelligence minister referred to the situation as an open confrontation with Iran. It is true that Rabbi Kanevsky has been saying the Mashiach is imminent for a few years, but that is not really very long when we are speaking about the Messiah, Rabbi Fish said. And every time Rabbi Kanevsky speaks in different terms, describing a different aspect of the process, he added, "The Messiah is already active in the world, but not everyone is willing to see this," Fish said. Some people are unwilling to see this no matter what proof is presented. If the conflict with Syria develops, it will become clear that the process of the Messiah began on Tu B'Shvat. Rabbi Fish emphasized that the upcoming Israeli elections are the result of a political divide that may prove to be irreconcilable. This could be the end of the Israeli government as we know it, Fish said. The conflict is over the law concerning the draft. The Supreme Court gave them 3 months to solve this. After that, no one knows what will happen. The only solution is unity, he maintained. Not the appearance of unity for political purposes, but a sincere and deep unity of the Jewish people. The last time we stood together as a nation was in the days of the temple. If this political crisis or the military crisis brings us together, the result could be the Messiah. Rabbi Kanevsky's statement was also discussed by Rabbi Mattiyahu Glazerson, an expert in Torah codes, in a recent video. Using a Torah program that searches for equidistant letter sequences in the Bible, Rabbi Glazerson did a search for relative expressions concerning Kanevsky's announcement. He noted that the term, "the Messiah will come," appears once in Leviticus 23, adjacent to the letters signifying the current Hebrew year 5779. The rabbi also noted that included in the table was the word from Purim. The holiday of Purim will fall on March 21 this year, 3.5 weeks before the Israeli elections. Also included in the table is the word repentance and belief. Teshuvah and belief are what bring the Messiah. Rabbi Glazerson said, even in the times that are suited for the Messiah to come, without Teshuvah, there can be no Messiah. And faith is what leads to Israel being redeemed. In the description box of this video, I will leave the link to the article that I have shared with you from Breaking Israel News, and the links of the articles that I am sharing about the upcoming appointed time of Purim, which is the last appointed time of this 70th calendar year of Israel. The story of Purim marks the time of Jacob's trouble, the planned annihilation of the Jews. Esther saw it and prayed with fasting. Do you see it? I pray you are blessed tonight. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.